I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba. So this is Isaiah 43. I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, I called forth the mighty army of Egypt with all its chariots and horses. I drew them beneath the waves and they drowned. Right? The Israelites were enslaved under the Egyptians, which their biblical name would be Mizraim, and they enslaved us, which they were the sons of Ham. And the Lord delivered us from that slavery by sending Moses, which led us in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai out of Egypt, right? And he followed that pillar of fire, which was a chariot, right? And it led us out, all right? And the Lord destroyed the Egyptians, right? The sons of Ham, Mizraim, which were drowned under the sea, all right, in the Gulf of Suez, all right? Let me see. What is it? See right there, that's the Gulf of Suez. That's where we came out. All right. We crossed at the Gulf of Suez. All right. And when we came out, it was dry ground, but the Lord let the water come back and crush the Egyptians, which their chariots are still there to be, reckoned as artifacts. So this is a fact. The Lord called the Egyptians, starting with their king and their army, out into the sea after his people, the Israelites, and he destroyed their oppressors. It says, but forget all that. So forget all that. And notice it's quotation. This is the word of Yahweh. He's prophesying through Isaiah what he's going to do, and the word of Yahweh is Yahweh Shai. It says, but forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do. See, but forget all that. Forget the second Exodus out of the spiritual Egypt. America is going to outweigh the deliverance from the first Egypt for the Israelites. It's going to be a greater deliverance, all right? And in the past, he left Egypt, which still exists. You can go visit the pyramids today, right? You can jump on a plane from America, Babylon the Great, and go and visit Egypt, right? Go and visit all those ruins of the ancient Egyptian empire, right? This is talking about America, the spiritual Egypt. It says, but forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do, for I am about to do something new, which it's already began. See, I have already began. Do you not see it? Why? Because you got the prophets singing that new song, right? You got the pangs, which are the prophets, and the sorrows, which is the actual prophecies coming true. And it says, I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland, which the Lord is going to deliver us in a magnificent way by sending his son Yahweh Shai, right? And as it says in Matthew 24, that he has to shorten the days for the elect's sake. It says in Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, the elect of Israel, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right. So that's why time is flying like it is. You know, you go to work on Monday, next thing you know, it's Friday, you know? And the weekends, they go even faster because we're in the last days and he's about to do a great work on this earth by sending his son back, Yahushai, and he's going to judge the world and destroy the wicked and them that do wickedly. It says in Malachi 4:1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. He's going to allow nuclear war, and America is going to be wiped off the face of the earth. That's why this spiritual Egypt isn't going to remain like ancient Egypt. All right? When this happens, there's nothing going to remain here. Nothing. It's going to be a desert. It's going to be a memorial of the judgment for the ungodly, right? That the Lord showed in his righteousness. It says, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly. Right now, the proud are the so-called Caucasians, and all that do wickedly, the heathen, and including 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which reject the truth. In America, they're going to be destroyed with the heathen, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. All right, so the Lord is going to destroy everything. He's going to destroy the whole family. He's going to destroy the family pet. He's going to destroy the house. He's going to destroy the bug that, dwells around the house, He's going to destroy everything. All right, and this is why the elect has to be taken up into the chariot so that they could be protected from the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai against the wicked and them that do wickedly. And that's why he's working a new thing. And this, what he's about to do, is going to pretty much shadow the exodus that we did coming out of, that we experienced coming out of ancient Egypt by the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. It's going to be shadowed by the glory that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai is going to show and express in this return, this second Exodus. All right. Now I have this other verse holding. It says in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 10, behold, my people, which he's dealing with the Israelites, but not all Israel is of Israel. So he's talking about the ones that believe. My people is led as a flock to the slaughter, which Esau is making moves in the background, right? You got that one Aeon, what's his name? After Hours with Aeon, I believe it is, or Anon. He's already, talking shit about the Hebrew Israelites, even though he's an Israelite himself, whether he accepts it or not. But they're already setting up the persecution of the saints, right? You had that ex-football player, which was abusing his son. And right away that after, let me see if I can pull it up.
Somebody said not to make excuses, but could CTE have anything to do with this type of horrific behavior? We don't know. That's the key, is that people are concerned about the kid, including the grandma, but we have no clue. We don't know nothing about the daddy. We don't know nothing about the kid. We don't know nothing. You can't even really speculate about what could be the issue because nobody even knows if the kid is around. I think that the kid is alive. I think they're just hiding the kid. Because nobody in their right mind would not cooperate with trying to make sure that they located the kid. No parent. I can't think of one parent personally. I'm sure that there's some horrific parents out there, but no parent, zero parents would not cooperate with the police if your kid is missing. So they know where the kid, they got to know where the kid is.
And we begin with breaking news.
I agree. It got to be some Hebrew Israelites, probably some Hebrew Israelites. I ran into some Hebrew Israelites over the weekend. I was sitting there. I was driving in my Mercedes. No, actually, I was in a Porsche, a 911. And so I'm sitting there and I'm having a good time and I'm playing some, what was I playing? I think I was playing some Sade. I was cruising and I had the top up and I was playing some Sade. And then the Sade wasn't loud. It was probably just loud enough for them to be able to hear it. And they was on a corner and they was over there bothering people, on the corner. And he said, "What are you?" I said, excuse me? I turned the music down. I said, excuse me? He said, what are you? I said, rich? And then this is what he said to me. On everything. On everything. On my life. He said, he ain't gonna make it.
Which he's laughing, trying to mock the Hebrew Israelites, not realizing that we are the prophets of the Lord. And that man that said he ain't going to make it is literally prophesying the downfall of this man, Anton Daniels, which he's scoffing and mocking because he's rich, because Esau gave him a bag, which he changed the name of his channel. It's called now the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels, which it was called something else. It was After Hours or something like that with Anton Daniels. But you can see they're setting it up so that they could persecute the saints, right? So all these 2/3 reprobates like Anton Daniels is going to be left here and they're going to be melted. It says that in Proverbs 5. It says, remember, all the wicked and them that do wickedly are going to be destroyed when Yahushua comes back. And that also includes 2/3 of the nation of Israel, just like Anton Daniels. He's an Israelite, but he don't accept it. So it don't matter that he don't believe. It doesn't make the faith, void. It just makes it that much truer because the Lord said there's going to be these men that reject it, scoffers in the last days, and they're going to be melted here. It says in Proverbs 5, verse 11, and thou mourn at the last. See, he laughs now, but he's going to be mourning later. We're mourning now. The prophets are mourning. We're on the corners in sackcloth, mourning, sighing and crying for all the abominations that are committed in the midst of Jerusalem, which it is an abomination for an Israelite to be rich while you have Israelites that are poor. Anton Daniels, he ain't doing nothing for the community. He's so-called rich, but what has he done for his own people? Nothing. All right, because I guarantee you he's spending his money with the so-called Caucasians or other nations. All right, he looks down on his own people now because he's so-called rich. All right, well, let him and his fucking wealth, his money, which is really nothing, perish together in that lake of fire. It says, and thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed by what? Fire, nuclear fire. It says, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, which are those prophets, those men that everybody scoffs on the corner of the streets doing these sit-downs, starting with Great Millstone and its leadership. It says, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. See, excuse me. So they hate instruction. So the Lord says what? He's going to leave them here while he melts them, pretty much. It says in Proverbs 1, verse 20, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets through the mouths of the prophets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, which that's why we're on the highways, the roads, the main shopping centers. It says, in the openings of the gates in the city she uttereth her words, saying, through the mouth of the prophets we're speaking the word of Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And that's what he looked like. He looked simple, right? With his music blaring, Sade, right? And then that man, which he was a prophet because he prophesied to Anton Daniels correctly, that Anton Daniels ain't going to make it, right? Scoffers ain't going to make it. Unbelievers are not going to make it, right? It even said it's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it to the kingdom of heaven, because he believes in that physical wealth that he has on earth, which ain't even physical no more. I guarantee you, Anton Daniels does not have his wealth in gold. All right, he has it in digital currency, whether it's on debit, whether it's on credit, and all that shit could be shut off with the switch. So he really ain't got nothing. He's simple. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning? And that's what he is. Men like Anton Daniels, they're in the same seat as the wicked. They're scorners. It says, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Churn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you through the prophets. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, and when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. They even hate the prophets that hold this word. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. Let your money save you, and be filled with their own devices. Let your idols save you, right? But the Lord's going to actually destroy you. It says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them. They're offended at the words, and that's enough to get them killed, right? Because they start to scoff. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them, which they think they got. He's rich. Motherfucker, the dollar's about to be worth nothing. And it really is worth nothing. The only reason why it's, being held in value right now is because the Lord's allowing it. But there's going to come a day where that dollar has no value, and they're going to say you got to take that implantable microchip to buy and sell in this wicked-ass society. And men like Anton Daniels is going to accept it and be melted here with that device. It says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil, right? Shall have peace in the time of Jacob's trouble by the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. It says, 2 Ezra 15:10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord's going to melt America, and he's going to melt all these wicked men that do wickedly in America. And that includes Jake, the 2/3 reprobates that are unfit for the kingdom. They're going to be melted here. All right, that includes men, women, and children.